And good morning, Minecraft. This is Mr. Kasari, and welcome to another episode of Industrial Rotation Beta. All right, so let's get started today without messing around too much out here. All right, let's do that. All right, let's get this rolling, shall we? So the first thing we're going to do is we want to get ourselves a bronze-plated blast furnace. Okay, so we need 4 furnaces and 4 plates. Okay, well, we can do that. So let's go like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So then we get our wrench, our furnaces. We do that. All right, so we need 32 of these. Or we need 1 of these, right? But then we also need to get some of these bronze-plated bricks. So we need 32 of them, all right? So that's 6 and a hammer and a wrench. And we get this guy and this guy. Huh. And that got me a lot fewer of those than I had been expecting because the rest of them are in here. That would seem to explain that. I'm like, why am I not getting that many of these? And, of course, we break our wrench. All right. So we're going to need some more bronze. All right, fine. So ingots, we're going to need at least 6. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we need a new hammer. So let's go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 4 and 12. Okay. Let's get these guys cooked up, shall we? Thankfully, we have a bit of an easier time now that we actually have our steam alloy smelter, in that it's not going to be me grinding these down with a mortar and pestle and, you know, messing around with all of that stuff. So we just drop that in, and that guy's going to run. Awesome. Now down here, we have our boilers running fairly consistently. They're already eating up the total steam pressure we had available, so it's eating this guy first, then probably this guy, and then this guy's going to go. And they're all being fueled by coal coke right now. All right? Yeah, coal coke. Coal coke, rather. So this guy's running. We only have a couple more crafting cycles left. And it's pretty handy, actually. So as you can see, we have a bunch of recipes here. Copper and zinc. Gets me brass. We have thorium. I don't know what the heck I'd use that for. Can't even pronounce that. Thank you. Silicon rods. We can get glass into orange stained glass. We can get rings back and cross melt things, and HSLA steel rods can go back into steel nuggets. Sterling silver arrows. I don't know why you'd want those, but okay. And looks like we're on our last crafting process here, which I am glad to see, because this has been a remarkable pain in the rear end. Now, the bronze-plated blast furnace, as I was saying, is a pretty interesting machine. It's sort of your first way to get steel in GregTech. Now, you probably haven't been to the Nether in GregTech unless you got as lucky as I did with finding steel in dungeon chests, but you could also conceivably go with the Railcraft furnace, which is significantly cheaper, but requires magma cream, which can be kind of a pain in the neck to get your hands on. So we'll do that, and we'll do that. We'll do that, and we'll do that. I guess I did one too many crafts there, but that's okay. So do that, and we'll lay this out. Now why don't use up the hammer that's almost broken. Here we go. We got 32 of them. Nice. Okay. So let's get this rolling, shall we? Without too much ado. And let's also grab some iron, which I haven't been using that much of, but we're about to start using a lot of iron. All right. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot of iron. All right, so let's do this, shall we? So let's leave some space back here, but we're going to go out. We're going to go into the floor like this. And we can go 1, 2, 3. If I remember, it goes... This guy goes here, right? Nope. And of course we need a wrench to pick him up. Of course we do. I should really just carry a wrench with me at all times, but I don't really want to. And of course it's getting towards nighttime, which makes me really happy. So, because we don't even have any shears yet. Yay! No shears. Oh, great. So let's grab our wrench, and let's wrench that guy up. We're going to have spawns in about 30 seconds over here. Should really start lighting up my whole base area, but I really don't want to. So let's come into here. Thank you. And so this guy instead goes, that goes there. Let's check our downstairs area. I like doing spiral staircases with half slabs. It makes things a little bit easier, actually. How are you guys doing? Probably full on steam on most of you? Yeah, okay, I figured. I guess that'd be what I was seeing. Get lost. All right, so we'll go like this. Right? 1, 2. That leaves me 2 on each side. Yes, good. All right, and then we'll go up again. So that's 1, 2, 3. Like that, that, and that. And then we just put our bronze-plated blast furnace in like that. And that should be right. I believe so. We can stick our that up there. We could grab some coal coke out of one of these guys. Let's grab a little bit of you. Let's grab a little bit of you. And we can shove it into the blast furnace. Boom. And we're running. You can see we are now producing steel. Nice. So I'm going to let this guy run. I'm actually going to come back in a minute or two. I'm probably going to build a second one of these for right now. So I'll be right back. And we are back, guys. Okay, so that took a little bit of time. But we got the steel we need. All right, so let's get this rolling, shall we? The first thing we're going to need are some, if we look up what we're going to make today, is the turbine. All right. That's right, we're moving into the electric age. So we need, okay, so it goes hammer, file, screwdriver. All right, so let's see. Hammer, notice the new tool. File, screwdriver. And with that, we then put the rings in the middle, the screws right here, and the tin plates around it. And that gets us a pair of tin rotors. Awesome. So then we have to get ourselves, we already made the 2 bronze fluid pipes. Pretty simple. And then we need to get ourselves, well, we need an LV machine hull. And that's a lot more steel. Well, we're working on that right now. Steel is cooking. The steel is cooking. So what we're going to do in the meantime is we're going to say, okay, so we should start working on these motors then. All right, well, let's get, so we need 6 iron rods in total. So we go, I think we need 6 iron rods, right? Well, we need 6, 3, 6. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's our 6 iron rods, and then we need to make 2 of them, if you notice, magnetic. All right? And the way we do that is with 4 redstone. So we just need to grab ourselves 8 redstone and cook that up. Let's do that in this table. So, or they're already over here, I guess. So we'll do that, and 2 of them have to be magnetic. So 1 and 2. I think we already had 8 redstone in here. Fine. So we get those 2, and then let's look back at what the motor recipe is. So we need 4 copper wires. Okay. How do we get those? Well, we need to get copper plates. And right now, because we're low tech, it's pretty much at a 1-to-1 ratio. So 8 total. Well, 2 to 1, really. because of waste and all that fun stuff. But we'll be fixing that soon, don't worry. So we do that, and where'd my hammer go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we take this guy and this guy. Oh, okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then if you notice, for the motors, we also need 2 insulated tin cables. All right. So we need 2, 4, 5 total. So let's do 5. So we need 2 more tin ingots. Yeah, I know. A lot of resources going into this. A lot of resources. All right, so let's get the 2. There we go. And let's get our hammers from somewhere. There we go. We could be doing this with the forge hammer, but I don't want to wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Okay, now, the big thing is that we need to get, if you notice, we need to get rubber sheets. How do we get those? We need, in the alloy smelter, a plate mold, all right? And the way we get that is by taking 4 of these, or clear that, 4 of these guys, and I believe a hammer? Now, let's take a look. Hold on. Ah, we need a file and a hammer. There we go. Excuse me, computer. We have steel. Oh, we need steel plates. Okay. Now, thankfully, this is a recipe we can actually do in this guy. All right. So we can actually do this. Let's give this guy some juice and click to craft. Thank you. Yeah. Otherwise, we need a lot more. All right. So thankfully, we have that rolling machine. It can do steel plates, which is good. So we get that, and now we just need to turn it into a mold for plates. All right. Now, if we look back at our recipe here, and this is Greg Tech, remember. So it's in a alloy smelter. We need rubber bars. All right. So I believe we take rubber pulp and cook it up. All right, so we have rubber pulp. Should be over here somewhere. Rubber pulp. And we just want to cook it up. All right, so the easiest way to do that will just be to drop down here and chuck it in there. And then that should cook up quite quickly. Now, how much of it are we going to need? A fair amount, if I remember correctly. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need 5, 6, 7. So 7 in total. All right, which means we need 7 rubber bars to go into the alloy smeltery. All right, and we should be seeing right, because that's not the smelter. This is the smelter. There we go. Now, I don't think we actually need rubber bars for anything, and I already forgot my math. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, 7. 3, 4, 5, and 6, and come on, 7. There we go. All right, now we have to go back out to the alloy smeltery. Yay. Except it's probably nighttime outside. No, it isn't, for once. So let's find that plate mold that I think I put in here somewhere. Thank you. And let's start smelting that down. Let's also get rid of this redstone while I'm at it. So let's come charging over to here. Come outside. Run around like maniacs. You know how it goes, right? We'll come over to here. We can see our blast furnace is in fact running. We have another 2. And alloy smelter. We put this guy in here. And we put our rubber bars in here. We need a little bit more. Like another 7. Because this thing apparently has a deficiency decrease because it is a steam smelter. In other words, with the steam machines, they do the job, but generally your efficiency is cut in half compared to the electrics before you get the electrics. So we're going to have to drop down here and see if we have at least 7 more of this cooked up. We do, in fact, have 7 more of it cooked up. So now let's just go plop it into our alloy smelter. At least it is a fast recipe. Let's check out tech items. We'll put the extra rubber bars in there. We know that our blast furnace is still running. We should probably clear some of the ash out of there. And I am going to build a second one, but we're kind of waiting for a little while we do that. And don't worry, we can recover the bronze out of these. So don't be overly concerned that I might waste a little bit by making another one. 7 rubber sheets. Nice. All right, so clear the ash. Take the ash out of there. Let's get ourselves some more coal coke. And we're going to have to do something with this creosote oil, too. So let's make sure you're nice and topped off. There we go. Now, the nice thing is when we build the second one, we actually have to build less of it because we don't need the full whatever. You guys get what I'm saying. They can actually share a wall, so that's always nice. All right, so we go like that. And we need 2 more of those. So do I have any more tin in here? Let's check. Nope. So let's get 4 more tin. Now, the nice thing is we can also get a machine called the wire mill, which will make this process a heck of a lot easier on us. And then we get our hammer. And then we just need our wire cutters. There we go. And we can get ourselves our rubber sheets. Our insulated tin cable. Nice. Okay, so let's take a look now. Basic steam turbine. Electric motor. Can I shift click you in? Yes, I can. 1 and 2. Bingo. All right. So now we have basically everything we need except for this circuit. Oh, boy. So we need 1, 2, 3. So we need 6 copper wire in total. And some more steel. Right? Right. Ah, yay. Okay. More steel for the blast furnaces. Okay, so we need to have at least 3 more steel ingots to do that. So let's clear that. We have that. So we have these 2, we have that. And then for this, we need 6 copper cable. So if I remember my recipes correctly, that means I need 12 of you. And this we can actually dump into the forge hammer. Oh, and it's getting nighttime outside. So this stuff we can actually dump into the forge hammer, which I will significantly appreciate. Because it means that we don't have to use up quite as much crud. All right, so let's dump these into the forge hammer. How much steel do I have going on? We have 2. We're about to have another 3, which will let us actually make the plate we need. Hey. I'm trying to do work here. Leave me alone. Come on, this month. This month. This month? Please? There we go. Awesome. And you're still running. Hammering down into plates. Thank you. You didn't make the nice sound, which irritates me a little bit. All right, so let's jump up here. And as you guys can hear, our machines downstairs are wasting a little bit of steam, but I don't care. And I am so getting inside now. That is a fallen night. I am so going indoors. Not messing around out here. We need more rubber, though, which is a problem. We need more rubber. Great. So we'll take this and this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Awesome. We can get that steel going. At least we're at a 1-to-1. Okay, so let's drop downstairs. Let's get some more rubber out. Why don't I come back in the morning once I'm not going to die the second I step outside? All right, so let's get this rolling again. So we get this, and we're going to need at least 2 of these item casings, right? So I think it's something like this. Beautiful. Because if we check our circuits, here's what we have to do. So we have to get 2 NAND chips, which are We need another tin, so we need 2 more tin wires and 2 more red alloy wires. So we're going to have to get at least 4 more tin. Yeah, I know. This is an epic amount of crap we have to work with here. So we have to do that and that. Let me double check the recipe again. Nope, I didn't want that. There we go. So we need 1 more tin for each, so I need 2 more tin cables. Okay. So 1, 2. We got the 2 more tin cables going on. And then we need red alloy wire. Yuck. Okay. So how do we do that? Let's take a look. It's red alloy ingots, which are in a... probably an alloy smelter. Copper. Redstone's 1. Copper and redstone. Copper and redstone. Copper and redstone. Yeah, so it looks like copper and redstone. Okay. So I need... let's do this math now. That's not what I wanted. We need... so 4 total. So I need 8. So... I need 8 copper ingots. And I need 8 times 8. I think it's 64. So 8 times 4 would be 32. Yep, 64. So that's an entire gosh darn stack of redstone. All right. I want you guys to think for a second about the entire stack of redstone I'm about to use. Oh, maybe entire stack. Probably half a stack, maybe. I hope I did my math right. Otherwise, I'm going to look like a moron. How are you doing? 1 more steel. Yay. That thing takes flipping forever to process. All right. That thing takes absolutely an eternity for it to process. Yeah. We're going to be waiting a while. In fact, for the last step, we need 8 steel plates. All right. So what we're going to do, so it's half a stack of redstone. So what we're going to do here is that we are going to wait. We're going to finish everything we can up until I need that machine casing. All right. And then we're going to wait until I have the machine casing done, which means off camera, which means I'm probably going to idle my computer on this and go do something else. By something, I mean literally anything else. All right, so we got 4 of those. Now, mind you, part of the reason this is so expensive is because 1, 2, 3, 4. Part of the reason this is so expensive is because we are using some lower grade stuff. So we have 2 NAND chips, 1 and 2. We get ourselves a steel plate, and then we get ourselves the copper cable for our very first electronic circuit. So then we put our circuit up here. We put, oh, that could be the integrated circuit. We put our circuit up there. We get our 2 bronze fluid pipes like that. We get our rotors like that. We get our motors like that. And we get our tin cables like that. And the last thing we need is an LV machine hull, which needs a machine casing, which means 8 iron plates. Okay. So yes, that's going to be a little while. Partially because the machine is still smelting, and I need a bunch more steel before I can actually do anything. Yeah. So we're going to be waiting just a little while for this thing to go. So now we're up to a grand total of 2. And we're at a 1-to-1 ratio because of our other machines. So it's going to take a very, very, very decent amount of time before we can actually do anything with that. So, yeah. So I'm going to come back in a little while once that's done. I don't think there's really anything else I want to do other than just get that turbine functional. So I'll be back in a minute. Well, a couple seconds for you. Maybe about half an hour for me. All right, so I've been away from my computer for about 30, 45 minutes. Yeah, we just barely now have enough steel. We don't have enough steel to do anything else, but we have enough steel to do the one thing that we need to do. No, right, let me flip that. See, I have everything set to override the world settings, so Basically what happens is if I go into a test environment or anything else, then it automatically changes every world I play back into cheat mode. And I wanted to test something out. And the answer was no, it wouldn't speed it up at all. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take, I believe, our wrench out of here, take it over to here, surround this thing with a wrench, get an LV machine hull, and we get our 2 remaining casings, and we put that like this to get an LV machine hull. We just need imagination. Yeah. And we get ourselves a basic steam turbine. It's about damn time. All right, so let's get some of this, and let's get ourselves some of this and some of this to get some bronze fluid pipe. And I want to get maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, and I'm a little short. Okay. So let's get ourselves some of this and some of this. And I should start going to full production for another blast furnace soon, but that's my response right now. I don't want to. I really don't. It takes so much, and it takes so long, and it's so much time to get this thing done. And we got one more. Whoop-de-flippin'-do. All right. So now we have our basic steam turbine. What we're going to do is we're going to plop him down here somewhere. For right now, I think we're going to shove him over here somewhere maybe. This just isn't laid out great, so... Now, if I want to run this cable into my house, I have a few blocks to go, right? So I'm not certain I want to do that yet. So why don't we stick him up here? And why don't we turn the output face around? And I forgot my wrench. So that'll start running. How are you doing? You're cooking along, aren't you? And that guy's full. So that's the other issue we're running into. We now have full tanks, which is not good, because that means I'm going to have a hell of a time creating more coal coke, which also because I need more coal, because... Oh, gosh. Sorry, it's kind of actually overwhelming. Well, I already have one, right? So I don't need the second set, right? So I do that, and this, and that, and... move this guy around and put the wrench over here. There we go. All right, and we want the wrench as well. While we're at it, we might as well turn these guys into whatever we can. Thank you. We'll chuck this back into the tech chest, because those are a good source of prodigio, actually. And they're also pretty good for working with other stuff, like forestry. So... let's run back outside again. Run, 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 run. And what we're going to do is we're going to wrench up some of those old fluid pipes that we have downstairs, okay? And that's probably going to be about the last thing we do. So let's wrench those up. There we go. We'll change the output facing. So you should have steam in you, but you're not running. And the reason you're not running is he has no place to output his power. All right, so that's something to keep in mind. Now, that's done, and this guy is still running. My gosh. Well, if he runs one more time, in the next episode, we'll have enough steel to get ourselves something to actually use him for, which I'm thinking is going to be a plate bending machine. I'm thinking that's probably our best bet, because plates are eating a lot of power right now, or they're at least eating a lot of stuff. You know, they're using up a fair amount of our resources right now. So what I may end up doing is get myself a plate bending machine. How much of a pain in the neck is that going to be? Basic bending machine. Not horrendous. Iron, iron, iron. So I need 2 more of those. So I need 6 iron rods total. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to make 2 of them out of this. No, I already have that there. No, let me out of there. So we'll go... do-doop. Do-doop. 1, 2. And then what do we need? Motors. We need 4. So we need 2 copper cables that are insulated. So I need 8 copper ingots. And this is why I really want to get this, because this will significantly improve my ability to actually... And, of course, that breaks. Joyous. Absolutely joyous. So let's get some more. Let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 1, 2, 3. And we'll shove him in the alloy smelter. Oh, my gosh. This is a pain in the neck. And I could be using my forge hammer, but I don't see the point because it's kind of a hike over here, which I guess was probably a mistake in the long run. So let's see. We put you and you. How are you doing? Oh, you're full. Oh, hey, we have enough to make another machine hall. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. All right, so you're going to cook down. But, I mean, I understand why I have all this stuff separated out from my house. It makes sense, you know? It's like you don't want to have all the stuff you eat in the same location as all your machines that are belching steam and smoke and fumes and all that sort of crap. So I guess it makes sense, but still, it's a pain in the neck. All right, so let's take a look. We have enough for that, so why don't we open this guy up? Let's wind his buddy up here first. It doesn't take a lot of power to do this, but... Anyways. Okay, so we can do that, and let's get ourselves some miscellaneous junk. Let's get 2 sticks. 1, because I'm probably only going to have to make... I'm going to have to make another wrench, but that takes a hammer and just metal, so that's not too bad of a deal. So we get that. Thank you. Kill that. All right, and now we have a hammer. Right, now what were we doing again? Right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we need some more rubber. Eight more. So anyways, guys, this has been Mr. Casterian. I'm going to be crafting this plate former off camera because it's using... I think the only thing you guys haven't seen are these pistons, which are just motors, a gear, and some more, you know, pair of tin cables, a pair of steel rods. Ha! And yeah. So I'm going to start crafting that. I'll see you guys in the next episode. This has been Mr. Casterian. I hope you've enjoyed watching. I have enjoyed playing. As always, I will see you next time. Listen to that machine.